Hi everybody and welcome back to my backyard once again. Today I'm gonna finally test the DeepSpace Seeker35. I am so happy about reviewing this drone because I have been loving the Seeker 3 a lot, probably one of my favorite drones ever. I always carry with me since I have it. And this is the version on steroids of this drone, and it's gonna be probably a rocket. I love the presentation, the packaging is very nice. They are using the battery strap to keep it tight, and on the bottom you have the accessories. You get two sets of Gemfan Hurricane 3630x3, extra battery strap and USB-C 2A cable, stickers and instructions, extra black side panels if you don't want to use the orange ones, three different kinds of camera mounts for O4, O3 or 19mm analog style cameras, extra screws and GoPro mount. Let's talk about the drone. It comes in two frame versions. This is the dead cat one. You have the front arms a little bit at the back so you don't get the propellers in the camera view. You also can get it in a True X design, which is gonna be a little bit better if you just freestyle, but probably the tuning on the dead cat is pretty fine as well. I'm gonna test it later. The build quality feels amazing. You have this aluminum front canopy that's built very cleverly to accommodate O4, O3 and analog cameras. Side panels are injection molded. They protect the internal electronics. The receiver holder at the bottom is MJF printed, which looks incredible. And all of the other parts are TPU 3D printed, including the motor fit. The carbon frame is super stiff. You have 2mm top and bottom plates and 4mm arms. The GoPro style mount is very clever because it also houses a little M10 GPS, which is all the way at the front, very far from the interferences of the VTX antennas. It's gonna pick up satellites super quickly. This white strip is a silicone anti-slip battery pad, and we have a very flash XT60 port, not an XT30. The motors are actually huge compared to the propeller. They are 2006 2550 kV. And there is a dual board stack, F7 flight controller and 40 amps all-in-one ESCs at the bottom. There is a little buzzer hidden at the bottom of the frame, and the USB-C port has been rerouted at the side. Boom, the O4 Pro is finally in, and the weight is 270 grams now, so this is not a sub 250 drone. The camera angle will go from 5 degrees all the way to 45. And the VTX at the back has perfect access to the SD card and USB port. They recommend using 6S batteries from 1000 milliamps to 1500. And I'm gonna test basically the two ends of the spectrum, a 1100 first and a 1500 later. Even the small battery looks huge on this little drone. Boom, it just picked up the satellite just as I started recording. It's been sitting there for a minute since I turned it on, so it's quite fast. Not the fastest I ever seen, but it's very fast still. Let's go in air. Okay, so hovers at 23% throttle. A little amount of vibration. I read on the website it can go 180 kilometers per hour, so I'm very curious to test it out. Oh yeah. Oh, what was that? It's incredibly fast. This is the first time I spin the motors, so I am feeling very at home. The battery is small, is lightweight. The drone is super floaty. It's not the most precise drone I ever seen, like the 5 inches have been a little bit more precise. You see, when I give throttle, it shakes a tiny amount, like nothing compromising the flight characteristics. Again, it feels very natural to fly. I tried other 3.5 inches 6S, like this drone, and they were a little bit too much for my taste. and I was always feeling out of control. Instead here, it's very controllable, it's very tame, which is a nice thing, until you press to the end of the throttle, then it goes like crazy. And it seems to be efficient. Now I'm doing a lot of pulls, but I put the amperage because, yeah, 4 amps. It can go even far, which is not bad. If you keep it at bay, it doesn't consume a lot of amps, which is super nice. Let's try the return to home. It seems like they programmed it correctly, it's smooth. Now let's see when it changes and goes in a forward flight. Yeah, return to home is perfect. Good job, DeepSpace. I believe I remember they didn't program it correctly on another drone, and they watched my reviews, and now it's programmed perfectly. Or maybe it's just luck that the stock settings are perfect for this drone. We'll never know. It's probably lower KV than other drones I have tried in this class. Wow, the hang time, you just give it a little pull and it goes. It's crazy. So if you're wondering what is this contraption I have charging here, they sent a lawnmower for review and it's super cool. I am just testing it. It's totally automatic and you can drive it FPV, which is probably the coolest thing. I'm gonna chase chicken with a lawnmower finally, with a real lawnmower. I don't know how safe is that. It has a bumper, it stops if it... I mean, it has cameras. So, no. Yeah, I am distracted. If you... Oh, no, please. I forgot the battery. Now I have to look for the drone. Damn. Anyway, it's quite efficient. Almost 5 minutes, but destroying the battery. I was just pulling and pulling. That beeper is a lifesaver. I mean, it wasn't hard to locate because I managed to bring it closer, but boom. There it is. Let's now fly with the 1500. Come on, maybe this position, it doesn't like it, but also you have the battery right above the GPS because everything is so crammed. Okay, perfect. About 1 minute, less than 1 minute. Let's fly. Okay. I have to shake a little bit of the dirt out of the drone. Yeah. Maybe, you know what? Maybe this battery. Oh yeah, this battery is much better than the one before because it adds a lot of inertia, there are much less vibrations. The drone is... wow. It seems like it has been tuned for a bigger battery than a 1000, 1100. Yeah, 171 kilometers per hour. When I release the throttle, it budges sometimes. I don't know what's that. Looks scary, but it didn't lose control. You see? When you reduce the throttle at 0, it loses a little bit of authority. But, I mean, nothing to worry about, really. I don't know about this class of drones because they can for sure be a lot of fun. I have to remove that robot from there because it's gonna take a drone strike anytime soon. This class of drones, oh wow! Yeah, that's why you buy a drone like this. It's a lot zippier compared to a 5-inch, like it has a lot more acceleration. So this is a drone I feel like for pure fun. You get it if you want to have a crazy amount of fun, because it's just on crack. Like every time you push the throttle, you do 200 meters. It's the most controllable of the 3.5 inches 6S I've tried so far, but still it's quite powerful. And I have to adapt to all of this power, especially when flying low. But it can be a ton of fun just being able to do this and have a lot of hang time in half a second. A 5-inch takes half a second more of throttle to gain the same anti-gravity feeling, you know what I'm saying? So that's where this drone shines. It accelerates quicker, it's, I don't know if it's faster than a 5-inch, but it's very fast. For anything else, like if you use the drones for cinematics, like I do, you bring them on travel, I will still advise a 5-inch is gonna be more versatile, it's gonna be able to have more space on top, carry stuff more separate. And once you are above 250, really, why going with a much smaller drone? A 5-inch is the perfect size where you can still bring it on your backpack, it's not too big, but you have the versatility of a bigger drone. This one, I would have loved to see it sub 250. Of course, it wouldn't have been this powerful, but it makes sense because it's, I feel like 3.5 inches sub 250 is the biggest size, sub 250, that makes sense. 4 inches are too slow, too efficient, they make sense, but a 3.5 inches is the sweet spot where you have an efficient drone that can go fast, freestyle, do everything, you know. And it's a shame I don't see many options in the market at 3.5 inches sub 250. But this, if you wanna have fun, I can totally recommend it. It doesn't have cons. It's just a class of drones that I feel like, at least for what I do, makes slightly less sense. So the battery I was using before was very spent because it's a couple of years old, it has been ripped a lot. This one is not entirely new, but it's already doing 5 minutes and we have a little bit more to go. I will say this drone, I suggest keeping it as it is with the O4 Pro. Maybe you can add a Osmo Nano on top, which is 60 grams. It's gonna not notice it too much. I wouldn't advise putting a full-size GoPro. I mean, it can carry it, no problem. It's a super powerful drone, but you lose a little bit of the feeling, I feel like. If you have to carry something bigger, just get a 5-inch. Okay, it's time to land. Let's not do the same error as... I didn't want to land on the tree. 5 minutes and 31 of flying, not bad at all. And it's time for my final opinion on the DeepSpace Seeker35. It's a super well-made drone. I don't see anything I will change about it. It flies great, it's super powerful, it's efficient, the GPS works. So really, it's also pretty strong. I feel like it will be very hard to break it. And it's still powerful enough to carry a full-size camera without issues, even though I recommend maximum a Osmo Nano for the best agility. At the moment of this review, this is one of the very few options you have if you want a 3.5 inches that's super powerful, big motors, big batteries, and it feels like a 5-inch. You have other drones that are maybe sub 250, they are a lot chiller. This one is a monster, it accelerates super quick, it's just a blast to fly. We had the Domain 3.5 from Gepard C, we had the Manta 3.5 from Axis Flying, but those drones were with the O3 system and I don't think they updated them. So really, I don't know, maybe you can find frames, but I don't know bind and fly drones that are like this one at this time. And despite the product being very, very good on its own, I have mixed feelings about it because I have to recommend drones to you. And I feel like for most people who maybe don't have a lot of drones, they are looking for something bigger, go with a 5-inch. It's gonna be much more versatile. It's gonna be easier to control because it accelerates much slower. This one is a straight rocket. When you push the throttle, you do 100 meters. So it takes more experience to control. And if you want something small and light, go with a sub 250 grams drone. You can practice in a park. It's gonna be much tamer. It's gonna teach you a lot more and break less when you crash because it has less inertia, even though this drone is pretty strong. This drone I can recommend to those pilots who have already a big selection of drones. You already have a 5-inch, you already have smaller drones, and you want something to have fun with. This is that probably, because it accelerates again super quickly, puts a smile to your face, and it's just a fun experience to fly something so small and so powerful. I will remove the action camera, you don't need it, just use this one, and you're gonna have a blast. And probably I don't consider this drone as useful as the other ones, it's just a little bit more fun. And that's all for today. As always, remember to like, subscribe and comment on this video. Let me know what you think about this drone, let me know what you think about this class of drones. I for sure want to see a sub 250 grams 3.5 inches from them. Let me know in the comments if you would like that as well. If you wanna buy something, check out the links in the description below because clicking on them, you help my channel a lot and also you get discounts. So thank you so much, stay safe and happy flying. Bye!